Alright, well, let's give this another try. I'm not sure how well this is going to sound. I tried to do one of these the other day and it didn't turn out good because apparently I fucked up the audio setup. There's like, apparently there's a difference between what the heck are those called? The aux cord. Well, there's 3 rings on one side, and then the GoPro adapter wants to have 2 rings, so yeah, I had the mic plugged in and that has 3 rings, and because of that, there was no audio on any of the videos that I recorded the other day, so hopefully we have audio and hopefully it sounds good, because if it don't, then I gotta get a different mic. The helmet's closed, or the mask or whatever, visor, so hopefully it sounds pretty good. But yeah, so the endeavor for today is I gotta run to Boston, which I believe is like 16 miles away or some shit like that. We're gonna have to stop and get gas because we're kind of down there, and then it should be good. So go throw $2 in, she'll be full. Yeah. So I'm trying to fix the fuel lines on the truck today. I probably won't be recording it because this is pretty, I need to be focused on trying to get that shit done because it is really important. The wife needs the truck tomorrow because it's our only vehicle, but it's been leaking fuel for a while, so trying to cheapen up here. Now I have to fucking spend gas for the ground. I went to, it's got those, so I'm going to replace everything with AN6 line because that's cheaper and easier, surprisingly, than it is to do with, like the factory, like hard bent line already. I think it's like $260 for the hard bent line. I think I've got about like $90 into all the AN line shit, so, and I'm trying push lock fuel line this time around, see how that stuff goes. Hopefully it's easier. I mean, it should be. You literally should just have to boil some water, stick the end in it, and shove the line into the fitting. Done. So yeah, pretty excited. Hopefully that works, because then maybe I'll start using that stuff more often. We'll see. And yeah. Hopefully I'm not tangenting off too far here. I'm probably going to try and just replace the return line today, and then we'll pressurize the system, see if it leaks at all on the pump side, pressured side. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not the return, it's the feed line. There we go. See if I don't have to replace the feed line at least today. I have everything to do it. After this, I'd really rather not, because if I have to run back to Boston, that's going to take a while, because this is like an hour round trip. So but yeah, so far so good. Like when there's no headwind, this little bad boy will go pretty quick. We're doing 61. I mean, I'm full throttle right now. So that's, I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. I've had this thing up to 73, but it was like a 15% grade or something like that. So, and I was ducking down real good. So I know the headwind will really affect it. Like your max speeds based on how fat or how tall you are and your weight. Because the tallness will, that affects how much wind you're picking up. And and obviously weight because this thing is only 125cc. Put her in neutral. If I was smart, I would be pulling turn off the GoPro so I can check and see if this is actually turning out any good. Put that premium in. Yeah, we were pretty low. I believe this thing has a 1-gallon tank. No, I don't want a receipt. Save the world. One receipt at a time. Alright. Like that, we're off again. It is hot with this shield down and not moving. Holy crap. Brand new road. Feels so good. I give it like a year and it'll be fucking shit. Pretty much one winter and this road will be shit. We had they put in a bypass road for like kind of over like between the Dells and Baraboo and shit. It bypasses Baraboo and that road is shit. Like they just finished it like I think like 3 years ago, something like that, and it's buckled like so many times, which is ridiculous. It buckled probably 4 times already this year. Like when they first opened it, I think like within the first month it had already buckled, and I was like, good God, high quality. Man, if only all the roads are like this. Then I bet people would stop bitching about taxes. But yeah, really not sure what we should all be talking about here. So, I suppose we'll talk about the setup here. So we got GoPro Hero 7 Black Edition. I'm hoping I can do some live streams off of it because that'd be pretty cool. Be able to just jump on the bike, do a live stream with y'all. Maybe put the phone down here and I'll be able to look at the comments kind of as I go. It'd be cool if I could set up. I set up like text-to-speech, and then I could plumb it into, I don't know if it's all plausible, but if I could do text-to-speech and do it off my phone, and I could just do Bluetooth, because I could connect Bluetooth to my headset that I got in the helmet right now, and that'd be pretty gnarly, because then, you know, you guys can pay to comment and it'll freaking pop up. I'd make it cheap as shit, so it's not a load of money. Tearing down the other bridge. apparently the reason why they got to tear down all these, and this is what I heard, is because apparently one of the bridges that this company made, the one that's getting torn down, I guess one of the bridges they've made tons of bridges, but they found like one of the bridges failed, or it like collapsed or some shit, and they found that it was made with like inferior materials, so now they're tearing down all of them, something like that. I could be wrong, could just be what I heard. Rumor mill, you know. But yeah, so I got this thing, it had, hey, we just hit 2,900 miles. When I bought this thing, it had 2178 on it, and now we're at 2901. So we're cruising. Gonna have to do an oil change. I'm gonna do an oil change at 3,000, and then once I do the first oil change, we'll see how much like that costs, and then based on that, we'll see how often I do them. It'd be nice, like once I do start doing wheelies and stuff, I'll probably start doing them like every 500, because you know, the harder you beat it, the more it's going to break down that material. So, and then I have a stun cage coming. Uh-oh. Yep, that was great. But yeah, I got a front stun cage coming and a rear stun cage. So, fuck. I'm sure that's nice and quiet for you guys. Hopefully I remember to edit that out. That thing's pretty gnarly. So once the stunt cage comes, I'll be starting to do wheelies and stuff, and we'll be doing some of that stuff in some motovlogs. Should be a good time. The main thing, I've already been practicing like pull-ups, and which is basically like you step on the rear brake, and then you go kind of lean forward to get the front forks to kind of compress a little bit, and then yeah, kind of just throw yourself backwards, like back, not up. So but yeah, I'm practicing those because those are less scary. And the one time I was trying some clutch ups are significantly easier to do, or like to get up. Like it pulls the front of the bike up so quick, but yeah, it's scary once you pop it up like to a height that you're not really comfortable with yet, and you kind of freak out, and then you do what everybody else does, and you take your feet off the rear pedal, and then you're just in trouble. And I looped it like I did like 4 or 5 of them, but I got one good one up, and yeah, I looped it, and then I put my foot down to try and catch myself, and yeah, my shoe exploded. Just not a good time. Wish I would have had this set up when that happened so that we could have actually seen it, but don't worry, I'm sure I'll loop it plenty times more. So, but yeah, dumped it and broke a bunch of crap. That would have been in another video, so hopefully I can get in the handle, or like the loop of doing these things, because I kind of got to get used to just kind of talking to myself, talking about whatever I want to talk about. So yeah, mostly going to be like updates. I think I want to do like one of these like once every 2 weeks or something. I'm not too sure yet, but I think this would be a good way to do updates, kind of talk about the channel, plans for the channel, you know, where we're at, stuff like that. Oh, some bug just got me in the chest and it freaking exploded. Yum. I just really hope that the audio turns out good on this. If not, then I'm gonna get this Purple Panda mic. That's something that people recommended highly, so I'll probably do that. Oh no, the hills really kill this freaking bike. It'll slow me down so much. I need to put a 14 tooth on the front. The only downside is I'll lose top end, but the upside is I should be able to actually get more top end in theory. Like I said, I've had this thing up to 73, and that was down a hill. So if I put on a 14 tooth, I should be able to do a little bit more top end easier. The hill shouldn't affect me as much. I hear that. I just feel like you get higher. I hear that you get higher top end with a 14 tooth in the front with a heavier rider. So we're going to give that a shot. I also want to get a wideband because this thing has a tuner on it. And I don't know whether the tune's right. There's really no way to tell. From what I looked up, it's if it's not like popping and shit, it should be fine. But you never know. From being in the tuning world or whatever, you definitely know that. Fucking bugs. It takes me back to my airsofting days every time I get fucking pelted by a bug. That's what it feels like. Or paintball. I'd say it's more so our airsoft because they're small bugs. I think once we get to the O'Reilly's, I'll go ahead and end it there, and yeah. Then I'll go home, and if you actually gotten it this far, that means I uploaded it. I'm gonna try and see what I can do about editing. I know this isn't gonna be very entertaining because of the fact that it's literally just a long ass road. It's kind of the shit part about like where I live, like I'm 7 miles outside of town. I will probably try and go into town when I do these, just for a simple part of maybe we'll get to see some dumbass tourists doing some dumbass shit. Because let me tell you, you see it almost every fucking time you go into town. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then so since I've gotten this thing, obviously we're at 2907. It's been about like 2 weeks I've had this thing, and I put that on like, what is that, 700? Yeah, 700 miles, close to, a little bit more, I don't know, fuck math. And yeah, so far so good. I'm loving this thing. I really wish I would have bought like a Grom a long time ago. I've wanted a Grom for the last 2 years, just never really had the money. Not like I had the money for this either. I pretty much got a loan from my neighborhood loan shark, and yeah, just comes right out of my pay. Too easy. It's $100 a month, so should be paid off in 22 months. So that'd be dope. I know once my truck's paid off, I'll be paying more, so that way we can get it paid off. So, but yeah, pretty thrilling minute. Coming into Boston now. You can see it over there. Down to 45. Okay, I'm opening the visor, so we'll see how loud the wind is with the visor open. I'm kind of hoping not too bad because the mic is like right in front of my mouth and it's also hidden, so I mean, we'll see. Only one way to find out really, and that's testing. I should be testing it like in short videos, but nah, we just gonna put on the GoPro and send it with a full freaking motovlog. I'm not sure how long these fuckers are supposed to be, but I'm sure they're going to be pretty long. But yeah, other plans for like in the future, I want to get a rear handbrake. So that way when I'm doing like stand-ups, I still got a freaking rear brake. Those Vanagons are dope. We got a guy that, like, he's right down the road from me, and he Subaru swaps those things. Alright, that's all we got for this one. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one.